Hello, thank you so much for joining me today with Connect Yoga with Mandy. I really appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, maybe like this video. If it's something that serves you, share with your friends. Anyway, I'm Mandy, and we will go ahead and get started with today's yoga session. So finding a comfortable seat on your mat. You always have the option of beginning lying on your back, but I will be beginning here in easy pose. So beginning sitting up nice and tall, finding that comfortable seat. And just coming into the present moment. Maybe a nice soft focus with eyes open. Just kind of checking out the space that you're in, becoming very present. And when you're ready, gently closing your eyes. Feeling your energy begin to settle. Shoulders drop away from your ears. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine, yet relaxed. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Bringing your attention to the areas of your body making contact with the surface beneath you. Feet, ankles, calves, thighs, sit bones. And your hands and maybe your arms. Feeling the gentle pressure, the gentle weight of your body. And feeling the support of the solid surface beneath you. Finding a sense of grounding, centeredness. Feeling fully supported. Going within and connecting with your breath. Feeling the gentle rise of the inhale. The release of the exhale. Feeling where in your body you're feeling that breath. Connecting with those sensations in your body. And connecting with your emotions. Just checking in. Where are you at? No judgment, just self-awareness. Noting where you're at right now. Self-acceptance. Maybe setting an intention here. Bringing to mind a mantra or setting an intention for today's practice. once again and connecting again with that breath. And we'll practice a bit of pranayama. So we will do 3 belly breaths, taking a big, long, deep inhale in through the nose, taking that breath all the way down and filling the belly like a balloon, feeling that expansion. And release through the mouth, nice and loud and audible, releasing all that air. We'll do that together 2 more times. Inhale through the nose and release. And once more. Feeling the breath returning to its natural rhythm. And maybe begin taking inhales and exhales through your nose. Staying connected with this breath, if it's comfortable for you, throughout today's practice. Connecting with your breath, connecting with the sensations in your body. If you feel your mind begin to wander, which is completely natural, without judgment, just gently bringing yourself back to the breath. Gently dropping chin to chest. Option here to blink your eyes gently open to the room or keeping them closed. Feeling that nice stretch in the upper back, shoulders, then lengthening through the neck and spine. We'll begin half neck rolls, just gently rocking the head side to side, eyes open or closed. Feeling that tension begin to release from your neck. If this is feeling good and it's comfortable to you, releasing tension in your forehead and your jaw, begin full neck rolls. Or just continuing with half neck rolls if that's more comfortable for you. Listening to your body. Going in one direction and switching directions. To neutral. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to blink them open to the room. And we're going to take our chin up and gaze up to the sky. And reaching the arms up overhead, sitting up nice and tall, reaching to the sky. Let's take in a big, deep inhale in through the nose. Maybe interlacing your fingers and pressing the palms to the sky. And when you release, releasing the right hand down to the mat. And we'll take a side bend to the right. And coming back up, connecting breath to movement. Switching hands, left palm to the mat, right arm raises up. Exhale. And taking this at your own pace. connecting with that breath and moving side to side at a pace and a deep stretch that works for you and your body here. Just feeling that opening in the side body. Your hips are square, sit bones are planted on the mat. Last time. We'll bring both arms up and we're going to twist to the right. So bringing the left hand to the right knee, sitting up nice and tall. Left hand goes back behind the body and gently taking your gaze over the right shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall again. Sit bones are planted and taking a few deep breaths. Releasing head, neck, shoulders, reaching up with the arms, and we'll twist left. Right hand, left knee, sitting up tall and gazing over the left shoulder. Release head, neck, shoulders, reaching up with the arms. We're going to bring our fingertips down to the mat and just lightly tent the fingertips on the mat and take our right ear to right shoulder. Reaching up with the right hand, placing it on the left side of the head, reaching those left fingertips and just getting that additional nice neck stretch. Releasing the head back to neutral, switching sides, tenting the right fingertips, left ear, left shoulder, reaching up with the left hand. And reaching the right fingertips down towards the mat. And continuing to breathe. And release. Now we'll bring our soles of our feet to touch for butterfly pose. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine and just bringing your feet in towards the body as far as is comfortable for you. Placing your hands around your ankles or around your toes. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Let's keep that head and neck in alignment with the spine and with a nice flat back. Just bending forward as far as feels comfortable in your body. And we'll take the elbows to the insides of the calves or knees, wherever they reach. And taking a few breaths here. Feeling that nice opening. We always want to feel a gentle stretch and feel those stretches in our body in yoga, but never to the point of pain. So staying connected with those sensations and really listening to your body. And when you're ready, dropping your nose towards your toes, allowing the upper back to slightly round and deepening this stretch. Taking a few breaths here. And slowly hinging back up at the hips. Very nice. Now we'll take our legs out long in front. Sitting up nice and tall in seated staff. So you're going to point those toes towards the ceiling, engaging the legs, feeling the sit bones. Take a breath here. And we'll reach our arms up overhead and once again keeping the head in line with the spine. Hinging forward at the hips. And just going as far as works in your body here. Now you can drop your hands and wrap your peace fingers around your big toes, grab onto your feet or ankles, or even just placing your hands on either side of the feet and breathing here. And now, once again, dropping the nose towards the knees, rounding through the back, deepening this stretch, feeling the different areas of your body that are stretching now. And breathe. And slowly begin walking your hands back towards your body, hinging up at the waist. Now we're going to take our right leg and bend it. So we're going to take the sole of our right foot and place it on the inner left thigh. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do sort of a twisting side bend. So sort of taking your belly button more towards your right bent knee. We're going to lift up on the arms. And we're going to take our left hand over to our right knee. And we're going to reach forward with the left hand, reaching towards the left toes. And just taking a side bend here, feeling that opening in the side body and continuing to breathe. Just taking this as far as works in your body. And slowly hinging back up. We'll raise up the left arm, untwist, and we'll switch legs. So taking that bend in the left leg, placing the left sole of the foot on the inner right thigh, sitting up tall, reaching the hands overhead, left hand, right hand, left knee. Left hand reaches forward. Feeling that opening, maybe the left hip through the left side body here. Just a gentle stretch. Hinging back up and lifting up, untwisting. Now we'll make our way to tabletop. So we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide, placing our wrists directly beneath our shoulders and placing our knees directly beneath our hips. Tops of your feet are nice and planted firmly on the mat, and beginning a few rounds of cat and cow. So for cow, we're going to drop the belly towards the mat, press through the palms, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Feeling that nice arch in the back. Connect your breath with your movement here. Inhaling cat, rounding, beginning with the tailbone, pressing through, feeling that opening in the upper back, slightly drawing your chin towards your chest. And continue to flow with your breath. Taking this at your own pace, we'll flow through a few rounds of cat and cow. And when you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine. Now we're going to reach our right foot back and tuck our 5 toes of our right foot under. We're going to do a calf opening stretch here, so pressing back on the palms of your hand and just feeling that opening of the right leg. Keeping your neck in line with your spine here. And when you're ready, we're going to come back up and we're going to lift that left leg up. And we're going to point the toes towards the floor. And we're going to balance tabletop here. So we're reaching forward with the left hand, palm faces inward, engaging the core. Really squeeze through the core, and we're going to lift up slightly. And now we're going to round and tap elbow to knee 3 times. 3, and back up. 2, gazing down at the mat. And last time. Back to balance, and we'll bring the left palm and the right knee back to the mat. We'll do that on the other side. So left foot goes back, tucking the toes, pressing back, opening. And we'll come back up, lifting up on the left foot, the left leg parallel to the mat, right arm goes out. Engaging, squeezing, lifting up, and we'll round, tap elbow to knee. 3, 2, 1. Back to balance. And we'll replace the hand and the knees. Now we'll go into extended child's pose. So let's bring our big toes to touch. Walking the knees out to the outer edges of the mat. And let's walk the hands back and set back on our heels. Finding a nice comfortable position here. If legs open don't work for you, you can always do child's pose, bringing your knees in and feet to touch. So when we're ready, we're going to walk the hands out long on the mat, dropping the belly between the thighs, the chest to the mat, and ultimately the forehead to the mat, reaching forward with the arms, and just melting into this pose here. We'll take about 5 breaths with forehead to the mat. And just rising up slightly, we're going to sneak our right arm, palm up beneath the left shoulder and thread the needle. So bringing the right shoulder down to the mat, the right cheek, reaching forward with the left hand. And relax. And we'll switch sides, bringing the right hand out long, left arm sneaks beneath, left cheek to the mat. Now unwind, bringing the left hand out long and coming up through tabletop. We're going to tuck all 10 toes and raise up those hips into our first downward facing dog. And taking any movement that feels good to you here in your first downward facing dog. Maybe finding a little stillness. Fingertips are spread nice and wide to protect your wrists. And releasing any tension in your neck. Let's round through all 10 fingertips and ground through all 10 toes and rise up onto your toes, stretching those toes. Take a big deep breath in. And on the exhale, release the heels towards the mat. And we'll take our gaze to our hands, and we're going to step forward with both feet, coming forward into a ragdoll pose. So nice generous bend on your knees, allowing the head, shoulders to hang naturally. Maybe grasping opposite elbow in opposite hand. And maybe taking some movement here that feels good to you, rocking side to side. Feeling balanced and grounded through your feet. And we're going to strap our hands behind our ankles and draw the nose towards the knees, forward fold. And slowly rising up, engaging as you go. We're going to rise all the way up to tall mountain. So bringing the hands up overhead. And we'll facing our palms towards one another. Maybe bump the hips forward slightly and taking a slight back bend here. And rising back up. We'll take the palms to touch and crescent to the right, feeling that open in the left side body. Inhale back to center and exhale crescent left. Inhale back to center and let's drop down to chair. So we're going to release those hips down, shoulders down, away from the ears, kind of peeking down, making sure that you can see your toes peeking out from your knees. And take a few breaths here in chair pose. And coming down to a forward fold. Plant the hands on the mat and we'll step the left foot back. We're going to come into a low lunge here. Dropping that tailbone down towards the mat and we're up on the ball of our left foot. Maybe coming up on your fingertips here, raising through the chest, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Feeling that nice stretch. Making sure that you have your left ankle beneath, your right ankle beneath your right knee. Planting your hands back on the mat. We'll step the right foot back to meet the left and come back into downward facing dog. And this time we're going to step the right foot forward and do that low lunge on the other side. So we're up on the ball of our right foot, coming up on your fingertips, checking your alignment, dropping that tailbone towards the mat. Reaching the crown of the sky, the crown of the head towards the sky, lifting through the chest. We'll plant the hands back down on the mat. Again, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, coming into downward dog. Now we're going to come forward, dropping the hips, coming into a nice flat back for plank pose. You've got your wrists beneath your shoulders, nice strong plank, and we'll slowly lower all the way down to the mat. So shifting forward on your toes, chaturanga if it's in your practice, or dropping the knees, however you need to get here. We're going to do cobra. So we're going to place our palms beneath our shoulders, tuck the elbows in towards the chest, and just peeling your chest and rib cage up off the mat. Taking a few breaths here in low cobra. And we'll release forehead all the way down to the mat. When we get down to the mat, you're going to release all the tension in your body. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And we'll step our hands back even with the chest. Again, tucking the elbows in towards the body, bringing our body up to a mid-cobra. So gazing forehead forward and just bringing the belly up off the mat. And release all the way down. Forehead to the mat once again, releasing all tension. And we'll step our hands back once again about an inch, even with the rib cage. Tuck those elbows in. We're going to press all the way up, keeping our elbows micro bend, not locking out, and bringing the thighs up off the mat. And release. Bringing your hands back up beneath your shoulders, tucking all 10 toes, and pressing all the way up through and back into downward dog. Taking some movement here, maybe walking out the dog. This time we're going to step that right foot forward again into that low lunge. But from here, we're going to press into our foot, press into the ball of our foot, of our left foot, and we're going to lift through the chest and come into high lunge. So making sure that you've got your alignment here. Lifting the arms up overhead, shoulders are down away from the ears, dropping that tailbone, and really just deepening this stretch. Taking a few breaths. We're going to drop our hands back behind the body, interlacing the fingertips, pressing the fingers and the palms of the hand towards the earth, gazing up, opening through the chest for a chest expansion. Taking a few really big deep breaths and feeling that chest open. Release through the mouth. 2 more. And once again. So nice. And lifting back up, releasing the hands, and bringing the arms back up overhead. And we'll bring the palms down to the mat on either side of the right foot, stepping the right foot back to meet the left, back to downward dog. Then we'll step the left foot forward. Low lunge to high lunge, lifting through the chest. Reaching the palms up towards one another. Dropping that tailbone down. Bringing the hands behind the back. Pressing the palms towards the mat. Gazing up. Deep breath. Releasing the palms back up overhead. And we'll bring our hands down to either side of our right foot. Placing the palms on the mat, we're going to step the left foot forward to meet the right in a forward fold. And we'll slowly rise up, Towel Mountain. And we'll come back down to a forward fold. And rise up to a halfway lift. Nice flat back, gazing down at the mat. Release, forward fold, planting your hands, stepping both feet back to plank. And we'll flow through. We're going to drop down to the mat. Chaturanga or half modified chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck all 10 toes and come back up to downward dog. Now we're going to once again step the left foot forward. You can begin taking the left leg high, gaze behind your left thumb, and taking your left foot behind your left thumb. Low lunge up to high lunge. Now we're going to twist that right back foot, and we're going to twist it and bring in the heel down to the mat at 90 degrees and come into warrior two. Nice strong warrior two, taking your gaze over the right fingers and sinking down, dropping that tailbone. Taking a few breaths here. And we're going to drop our left arm, swing it up, bringing the hips back to neutral, back to high lunge. And we're going to twist to the left. So we're going to bring our left arm down, right arm back, and gazing back over your left fingertips if you can, or just gazing to the side. Whatever works for you, keeping your balance. We'll drop the left arm, swinging it back up, hips come back. Square with the front of the mat. Very nice. Bringing the palms down, stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Downward dog. Option to take the right leg high and stepping the right leg foot behind the right thumb. Low lunge to high lunge. Dropping that tailbone. And we're going to twist the back foot 90 degrees, warrior two. Swing that left arm back up, coming back to high lunge. And twisting to the right. Gazing back at your right fingertips or forward. Staying elevated through the chest. Continuing to breathe. And swing that left arm up. Back to high lunge. We'll bring our hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. And flow once again. Tall mountain. Coming down to forward fold. Rising up, halfway lift. Coming down, forward fold, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Squeezing those glutes. Nice flat back and flowing through. Chaturanga or half modified chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. Tucking all 10 toes. Back to downward dog. We're going to do that same flow. We're going to add on a little bit. Left leg high. Stepping the left foot behind the left thumb. Rising up, low lunge to high lunge. And coming into warrior two. Flip the left palm, reaching up, reverse warrior. Taking your gaze up to your left fingertips. Taking a few breaths here. Coming back through warrior two to extended side angle. So bringing the left elbow to the left knee, reaching up with the right hand. Option to bring those left fingertips to the mat. Maybe the left palm to the mat. Whatever works here for you at this moment. And coming back up to warrior two. We'll swing that left foot, left arm, pivoting back on your right toe to a high lunge. Dropping the left arm forward, the right arm forward, left arm back. Taking that twist. And swing the left arm up, back to high lunge. And dropping the hands back down to the mat, stepping the left foot back to meet the right and downward dog. We'll do that flow on the other side, right leg high or just stepping forward. Low lunge to high lunge. Pivoting on the left toes, warrior two. Flipping the left palm, reverse warrior. Coming back through warrior two, extended side angle. And coming back up, warrior two. Swinging that left arm up, coming back to high lunge. And twisting to the right. Gazing back at your right fingertips. Swinging the left arm up, back to high lunge. We'll bring our hands down to the mat, and we're going to step our left foot back to meet the right, or the right foot back to meet the left, back to downward dog. And just take a few seconds here, finding a little bit of stillness in downward dog. And we're going to come into a yogi squat or malasana garland pose. So gazing to your hands, we're going to step our feet to the outsides of our hands. Feet to 45 degrees. And you're going to slowly drop your hips down as far as works in your body. If you have a block or blanket to set beneath you, that can sometimes help. Elbows to the insides of your knee. Your feet should be wider than hip distance apart. Lifting through the chest, palms together, hands to heart center, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Feeling that opening in the hips. Taking a few breaths here. Dropping the fingertips back down to the mat and slowly hinging back up at the hips. And we'll heel toe our feet back together. And slowly rising up. Tall mountain. Palms together. Hands down to heart center. And we'll make our way down to the mat now. And keep your feet, soles of your feet on the mat. And we'll slowly rock back, finding a nice comfortable spot on your sit bones to practice a little bit in bow pose. So you can grasp your hands beneath your thighs or reach your hands forward. Shoulders are away from the ears. And lifting up on one foot, lifting up on the other. And just breathe. Shaking it is making it. And allowing the feet to fall back down to the mat and slowly making your way. One vertebrae at a time. All the way down. We'll take our arms out wide and walk our feet out to the outer edges of the mat here. And just windshield wiper the knees side to side, opening up the hips here. We'll bring our feet, knees back to neutral and bring them up to 90 degrees. We're supine twist here, so dropping your knees off to the right, taking your gaze over your left fingers, maybe taking your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Taking the left hand back out long, bringing the knees back through center and dropping them off to the opposite side. Option to take your hand to the outside of the knee and gaze over the opposite shoulder. And releasing the arm out long, bringing your knees back to center and bringing knees to chest, wrapping your arms around your knees, just giving yourself a gentle squeeze and hug here, opening up that low back, maybe rocking back and forth, side to side, giving your low back a nice little massage. And we'll lift up on the heels, open the knees, drawing them towards the armpits, reaching up, maybe grasping your feet, peace fingers around big toes, and maybe rocking side to side, feeling the length of your spine on the mat. Preparing our bodies for the final resting pose, Shavasana. Releasing the legs out long to a comfortable distance apart. Feet fall open. Arms come to a comfortable distance away from the body. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Palms up for energy. Palms down for grounding. Releasing tension in the jaw and gently allowing the eyes to close. Releasing any control over your breath and allowing your body to return to its natural rhythm. Releasing tension in the muscles of your face. Bringing your attention to the area between your eyebrows on your forehead and feeling a gentle softening. Scanning through the body head to toe, nice and slow. Noticing anywhere where you might be holding tension and allowing it to release. Feeling your body melt into the mat beneath you. Imagining a beautiful light hovering just above your toes. Light being drawn from the earth and entering your body through your feet, ankles, flowing up through your calves and knees and thighs, into your hips and pelvis, your belly and low back, upper back and chest. into your shoulders, flowing down through your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists to your fingertips, flowing into your throat and neck, your entire head, and flowing out of the crown of your head back to the heavens. Your body is relaxed. Your energy is flowing. Once again, bringing to mind that intention, that mantra that you set at the beginning of today's practice. Allowing those words to anchor you and to take you through the rest of your day. Bringing your attention to the areas of your body, making contact with that surface beneath you. Once again, feeling grounded, the solid surface, supported and centered. Slowly begin wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Maybe take a few turns of the wrists, a few turns of the ankle. And when you're ready, bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. And from here, dropping the knees off to one side as you roll onto your side, using your arm as a pillow. And taking a moment here to cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation. Recognizing today's practice for the connection and the coming together of body, mind, and spirit. Taking that loving light of gratitude and appreciation and shining it back upon your own heart with self-love, self-appreciation, and self-awareness. And when you're ready, pressing your palms into the mat, slowly coming back to a seat. I hope today's practice has served you. As you move throughout your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Once again, I thank you so much for joining me. And I would be so honored if you take the moment to subscribe to my channel. Have a very blessed day.